Namaste, and welcome back to Typical Monk. Here is a simple question that turns out to be surprisingly deep. What makes something living? And once we know, how do we sort millions of organisms into one tidy system? Today, we cover taxonomy, nomenclature, and taxonomic aids, and we drill it the neat way, one idea at a time. Here is today's path. 5 stops. First, what really counts as a defining property of life? Second, the taxonomic hierarchy from kingdom all the way down to species. Third, binomial nomenclature and its rules. Fourth, taxonomic aids like the herbarium, museum, and keys. And fifth, our NEET drills, that is assertion, match, and statement. Let us start with the obvious guesses and see why each one falls short. Growth. Living things grow from inside by cell division, while non-living things grow only by adding matter on the surface. But growth alone is not a defining property. Reproduction. This too is not defining. A sterile worker bee, a mule, an infertile couple, all are still very much living. Cellular organization. Every living body is built of one or more cells. This one is truly defining. So growth and reproduction are common features, yet each has exceptions. We need something sharper. Here are the 2 properties that actually draw the line. Now, metabolism is sum of all the chemical reactions happening in the body. No non-living object shows metabolism. So metabolism is a defining property. If you isolate those reactions in a test tube, cell-free, they are neither living nor non-living. They are a surrogate for living reactions. Consciousness is the ability to sense the surroundings and respond to stimuli. NCERT calls this the defining property of living organisms. So, in short, living things are self-replicating, evolving, self-regulating systems that respond to their environment. Now that we know what is living, let us learn how to organize all of it. Look at this ladder. There are 7 main ranks. Kingdom is the broadest, and species is the basic unit at the bottom. One catch. Plants use the word division where animals use phylum. Same rank, just a different word. As you climb up the ladder, the organisms share fewer characters, but the group holds more organisms. Each rank is called a taxon, and all the ranks together form the taxonomic hierarchy. Now, how do we name each organism so the whole world agrees? Every organism gets a 2-word scientific name, genus first and species second. This system was given by Carolus Linnaeus. For example, Mangifera indica, the mango. The names are in Latin and printed in italics. When you write them by hand, you underline both words separately. The genus starts with a capital letter and the species with a small letter. The author's name may follow in short form, as in Mangifera indica Lin. And the rules are set by codes, IBN for plants and ECHN for animals. To identify and study this diversity, taxonomists use a set of tools called taxonomic aids. A herbarium holds dried, pressed plant specimens mounted on labeled sheets. A museum keeps preserved plant and animal specimens for study. Botanical gardens grow living plants labeled with the botanical name and family. Zoological parks keep wild animals in protected settings. A key is an analytical tool that uses pairs of contrasting characters. Each pair is a couplet, and each choice is a lead. And there are written aids too, like flora, manuals, monographs, and catalogs, all helping with correct identification. Now, the high-yield points that NEET loves to test. 1. Metabolism and consciousness are the defining properties. Growth and reproduction are not. 2. The hierarchy order is kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Species is the basic unit. 3. In a name, the genus is capitalized and the species is small. Both are italic and underlined separately when written. 4. IBN governs plant names and ISN governs animal names. 5. In a key, a pair of contrasting characters is a couplet, and each statement is a lead, assertion, and reason. Read the options once, then judge each pair. Assertion growth is not a defining property of living organisms. Reason: non-living objects, like mountains, also grow by adding matter on the surface. Both are true, and the reason correctly explains the assertion. The answer is A. Assertion in Mangifera indica. Indica is the name of the genus. Reason: the first word of a scientific name denotes the genus. Here the assertion is false, because indica is the species, while the reason is true. The answer is D. Assertion: isolated metabolic reactions run in a test tube are not living things. Reason: cellular organization is a defining feature of a living body. Both are true, and the reason explains the assertion. The answer is A. Match the column. Pair each item with the right term. Dried plant specimens on sheets go with the herbarium. The rules for animal names go with ISN. The basic unit of classification is the species, and the one who gave binomial nomenclature is Carolus Linnaeus. How many of these statements are correct? Count along. 1. Species is the lowest and basic taxonomic category. That is correct. 2. Reproduction is a defining property of all living organisms. That is wrong, because many living things do not reproduce. 3. Plants use the rank division, where animals use phylum. That is correct. So the correct statements are 2, numbers 1 and 3. Let us clear 2 traps that catch students every year. Myth: the second word of a scientific name is the genus. Truth: the first word is the genus, and the second is the species. Myth: growth is a sure sign of a living thing. Truth: metabolism and consciousness are the defining properties, not growth. Quick check in the style of past year questions. Answer in your head before each reveal. Answer before the reveal. That is how NEET recall is built. Question 1. The basic unit of classification: species. Question 2. The defining property of living things: metabolism and consciousness. Question 3. In Mangifera indica, which word is the genus? Mangifera. Question 4. Who gave binomial nomenclature? Carolus Linnaeus. Question 5. The store of dried pressed plants. The herbarium. Let us lock it all in one breath. Metabolism and consciousness define life. Growth and reproduction have exceptions. The hierarchy is kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. A binomial name is a capitalized genus plus a small species in italics. IBN is for plants, ITN for animals, and Linnaeus gave the system. The aids are the herbarium, museum, botanical gardens, zoos, keys, flora, and manuals. In next class, we open the 5 kingdoms: Monera, Protista, fungi, and more. You have just built the foundation of all of biology, naming, and ordering life itself. Keep going, one idea at a time, and you will crack NEET. If this helped, subscribe for free NEET prep, and I will see you in the next class.